opening partnership is broken.
Much needed wicket for India. Just looked like maybe been off pace. It is a huge pocket out there. Very good positioning. Patel just lost it where it's quite right underneath the lights. Got it a second time. Much deserved wicket for Reddy. Much needed wicket for India as well. Big one of Suzie Bates, dismissed for 27, 67 for 1.
To the crease. Talking about batting order, we're certainly flying at bat. We know she's not going to bat at 3 because it's Amelia Kirk is at 3. She has at times recently with franchise cricket batting a little bit lower down the order. The international side, she comes in at 3. And this is on the back of an excellent opening partnership, something that they haven't really been able to do this year. So something different for Amelia Kirk, different situation slightly. After the power play as well. How does she approach this? That'll lift India's spirits. The confidence will be a little bit higher now after an indifferent start.
You talk about the lights here, Nat. This is a good catch because when it gets up in the air, when you're looking across Patel, she's looking straight up into the right of the, what you'd call that, the covers underneath the light, so you slightly lose it, and then there's a gap in between that and the stand as well, and even the depth of how far you need to stand.
Successful for Arundhati Reddy, 67-1.
You talk about this stand, and you've done a lot of commentary here. Played for fair break here, a number of these players have, Sophie Fine, Suzie Bates as well. It's quite a high stand, so you feel like you're right in the middle of a bowl, which makes sometimes that depth perception a little bit harder, and especially on that side where Patel had caught that, you quite often see the fielders in 10, 15 metres. Cautious role, and that is important.
To the leg side, and India strike twice quickly. Smriti Mandana takes the catch. Both openers are now gone.
After such a good start with the bat, New Zealand have gone bang bang and wickets. Asha, fantastic delivery, just the drift, the dip. Just a little closer there, Georgia Plummer, to be able to get the elevation. Safe hands, excellent take. Leaders are standing up on this side. Watch me, Asha says, watch me. Plummer out for 34, 67 for 2.
Starting it over with the wicket is Asa Shobna. brings Sophie Devine to the crease. So this is the perfect situation now for India after what is a tough start with the ball. They've got two new batters at the crease. Kerr's faced two balls. Devine has just come in. So I feel that they are setting now for Devine. Kaur has obviously got her plans for Sophie Devine, just making slight changes. They've got a short extra cover in Kaur herself and a straighter short mid-wicket. Interesting plans for Devine.
Used to fit really well this whole innings, Georgia Plummer, but just the fact that she followed her in the actually start off as a pace bowler, and then the coach a little bit top fielders in close. You actually feel like as a batter you have to hit it harder to the sweepers. So if it does sit up, it creates those opportunities in front.
What an over. A wicket and a single. 68 for 2.
What type of bowler were you?
Was one of those that also started as a pacer, got injured and was too much work. They were 67 without loss though. And that's something to keep in mind, because now all of a sudden 68 for 2. And their run rate has definitely dropped. It was up at 9s. Still on for a very good score though. Right, keepers up to the stumps. More of our Dutty Reddy, who's so good in this middle phase in picking up wickets and not giving runs away.
These two are very good runners between the wickets. They play for Wellington Blaze together, Sophie Devine and Mealy Kerr. And Mealy Kerr, I talk about a player that is crafty. She's very Indian-like in terms of the wristiness that she plays. Plays very well square of the wicket times and allows the ball to come and play underneath her eyes. These Indians will know her very well, especially Smriti Mandana, who plays with her, has played against her in the WPL for RCB, by Indian Mealy Kerr. That allows the ball to come Harmanpreet Kaur, her captain. And I think these two, running between the wickets, is the way they'll create the momentum in this innings. It's that period that when New Zealand have struggled a bit, is that after the power play in the 15th over, they can score. They've got a high scoring percentage, but maybe not so many boundaries. But I think in a ground like this, if you can get that on ball, if you can turn those ones into twos, you will build that score. Just one thing on Sophie Devine, very different in terms of the way she sets up against spin. Very wide in terms of her stance, gets quite low, quite a significant amount lower compared to pace, and that allows her to be able to press forward and get at the ball. You'll see her play a lot front foot of the ball as opposed to back against the spin. It shows a little subtleties against pace and spin.
This is an excellent phase of play from India's point of view. They dropped an opportunity. Jogosh put one down. Since then, they've turned it around quite quickly. Made sure they have taken the catches that have come their way since then. Captain's been good as well. Last 29 balls, just 28 runs. That's very important. And they've minimised the boundaries. Still can't find a boundary. They are drying them up at the moment, and they're slowing down that net run rate. It is now 72 for 2, and at the halfway stage, they'll enjoy a drink.
Health isn't someday in the future, it's now. It's same-day GP appointments, physio without GP referrals, cancer testing, questions for an expert at any hour about anything, support that lasts for as long as it takes. Feeling your best every day starts today. Call or go online now for your health insurance quote.
It's important to take care of your loved ones, isn't it? That's why sorting out your will really matters. But we all want to help leave the world a better place too. Leaving a gift for my favourite charities will be my lasting good deed. But that's where I got stuck. How do I get started and choose the charities to include? Well, this free guide from the Salvation Army explains everything. From writing and updating my will to deciding which charities to support. I'm leaving. Serve the most vulnerable people with.
I'm looking for a friend of mine.
Isabel and I were talking about the three of us going back to America.
You do whatever it took to find him.
Sometimes you gotta be willing to throw the first punch.
The more influence our sisterhood gains, the more enemies we make.
The sisterhood, they hide in your camp. And do our thinking for us.
I am trying to protect the Imperium.
Jilan Goswami, a 20-year cricket career stands as a monumental legacy in women's sport. From her early days as a ball girl to becoming the highest wicket taker in women's international cricket, her journey has inspired millions, and a trailblazer who has paved the way for the future generation. Only women with 200 wickets in ODIs, and a wonderful human being, and someone who's so passionate about ensuring that the youngsters make their mark in this wonderful game. At halfway stage, Dubai International Stadium, India versus New Zealand. New Zealand were absolutely running away with things in those first 6 overs. 55 in the power play. Both openers dismissed. India drying up the runs. Look at that. Over 7 to 10, 17 for 2. Run rate 9.17 coming down 4.25 within that period. India well set to try and pull things back. Very good evening, WD Rahman.
Good evening, Kaz. The spinners have done the job for India. They've picked up wickets, put the skids on New Zealand. They got off to a good start. There's a lot more work to be done. Ash has been very
team put out in 2023 in South Africa. And we've certainly seen a reset. There's almost a feeling as though they've changed their approach to T20 international cricket.
Safely taken. Wicket big against the spin. That's the first wicket.
Bates and Plymouth looking really good. They were also aided by some poor fielding, some free runs. But India seems to have settled now. They keep the squeeze on, keep taking wickets. Amelia Key, she's the key here for New Zealand. Just like how she's been approaching her game.
She realizes the enormous responsibility she has. She's one of the lead performers for New Zealand. She's taking her time because this is not a pitch where you walk out to bat and go bang bang. You got to take your time because the spinners are bowling. They're bowling well. That's the end of the over. 75 for 2 at 11.
Wonderful atmosphere at Dubai International Stadium. Great support for India, great support for women's cricket. Young children, families coming out in support. It's great for the game. Hoping for a close encounter here. 75 for 2. WV, a good score.
They need to try and get somewhere around 150 mark. That will cause a bit of a flutter in the Indian dugout. Because the pitch is on the slower side. One side is a big boundary. That's what is going to be the challenge here. We're going to try and pick the areas to play the shots. The Indians when they